Hello, hello.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Man, it feels like we only took a week off, but it feels like forever.
It does. It does.
Man, definitely totally missed it, but we've got a good I think we've got a good topic today. I think it's a very fun
Yeah,
one.
it's going to be fun. We got Crazy Mad hanging out with us right now. He's in the chat. Hello, Crazy Mad. Good to see you. Looks like we have some other people watching, but we'll probably have some people popping in and off, in and
Yeah, I
out.
see
whenever
Mo
we're doing this.
Biggs.
Yo, Mo. He says, hail to the chat. He goes, who are these guys? I know I forget myself sometimes. So we're going to start off the show by updating everybody. Oh, look at this. We got good stuff hanging out. Hello, good stuff. And Mo says, I feel like I've been to Kmart more recently than I watched the show.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yes, I love it. So
Blue
I will
light
almost put
special.
up blue light special for everybody tonight. My light feels kind of blue tonight, but yeah. So we're just gonna start off with a little bit of updating and get everybody
we got to
on
get better.
the same page.
We got to get better at shilling our book. So
Yeah,
we'll spend a little bit more time on our book than usual.
Look, guys, if you're in here, we really need your help. We need to get to 100 we want 100 signups at least. And we would like to do that very soon. We'd like to have more signups, but right now we're almost
59?
at 60. Yes, like 60, 59, 60. And it's a little disheartening. We've been trying to bust our humps, trying to get people to notice, and we need to get out there a little more on streams, I realize, but we really want people to see what we got going on. And we're going to show you what we've been up to. I had a little vacation last week, and I've been working really hard. We got some new artwork, and I think, since tonight is mostly about covers, let's talk about that. And Mo says, pick up some tips from NTM. He funded on his first day. Yeah, man, that boy. Wow. Congratulations to him, man. That's awesome. I think it's really cool.
How much did he make? I'm not aware of his.
I think it was at least a couple grand was his goal, and he made it. Like, he made it really
awesome.
fast. So it was great for him, man. I'm really happy for him. So,
yeah,
just to let you guys know, we are launching. It'll probably be February 3rd or 4th. We're going to finalize that probably in the next week, but we still have a little bit of work to do before we launch. But that is the tentative time frame, 3rd or the 4th. That's like a Thursday or Friday. And we said the end of January, but really I don't think we're going to get all the art back in time. So we're going to push that back a week or two. And that way we make sure that everything's done and ready to go at launch. Mo says he made 2,117.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And yes, Mo, we are going to launch on Bancroft. So we got that set up. We have confirmed that Bancroft's going to have us launch on his show, which is great. But I think we just got to settle on one of those 2 days, and then we'll be good to go. So, but we'll be letting everybody know that as we go along here.
Comic Skater just.
Oh, yeah.
We that's awesome.
Yeah, see about getting you guys on the Sunday show before, if that helps.
I still haven't laughed as much than being on that stream. That was
I know, man. That was my favorite time going on a stream too. B Roses was good too, but we had such a great time on good stuff. And
man.
And part of the lore, we had Fuggin' Bow come out of that stream, which is awesome. So yeah, we love you guys over there. It was fantastic.
We should probably answer one of the first in the chat about the question of the week, Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah, let me get that up.
To me,
question of the week.
Go ahead.
Go.
I was going to say, I think it depends on the generation. I think the Xbox 360 beats PlayStation 2 or 3. Then I think the Xbox after that sucked.
Yeah.
It was a PlayStation. I'm forgetting. So to me, it's Xbox 360, then the PlayStation 3 or 4, whichever in that. And then I think now, just because of availability, I know you can get a cheaper Xbox, which is still like where you
Well,
can
isn't
still
the
play games
PlayStation
with like
5 new now?
120 hertz, and you can actually play like Nintendo games on it too. So
Yeah,
so
my son
Xbox
just got
now,
the
I'd say.
yeah, my son just got the new PlayStation and looks pretty killer. I haven't spent any
Yeah.
time on it, but he has, and man, I don't know. It's like, how good can they get with the graphics? You know what I mean? And then they do, and it's like it's so ridiculous.
Did you see the Matrix game graphics thing?
No,
So one of the engine creators, I think it's I forget what it's
Real
called.
Engine or
Real whatever. They did a one where you could look into a whole city
isn't it
and it
Unreal
looked
Engine?
real.
I think that's what it's called. Unreal Engine.
What? Yeah,
Unreal
but yeah,
Engine.
their new one. I
Yeah.
think it might be Unreal Engine 5, and
Yeah.
it looks like a real city. And it's just amazing, the graphics.
Okay.
Fucking bow.
Yeah. Yeah, we will let you know. Good stuff. Thank you.
So did we decide? So Xbox,
Well,
I'd say now. Are you
well,
thinking PlayStation?
I think PlayStation's kind of taking the Xbox at this moment because that PlayStation is, man, it's incredible. So,
I say Xbox.
okay. Okay. So, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to show some things. I'm going to share some things on here. Show you guys our team cover. We got that screen scanned in, and we're going to show you what that looks like real quick.
PlayStation is a correct answer.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. There's our team cover. Hope you guys can see that well. Let me know if you can't. Crazy Mad says PlayStation's a correct answer.
Yeah, go into it because I think on the stream.
You mean what's that?
Gosh,
Zoom
my
into
brain's
it?
not working. Yes, thank you.
Oh,
I'd say
okay.
zoom and then just bring it down.
All right. Mo says Jack Murphy strongly endorses Nintendo Switch. Yeah, my kids, they love the Switch too, but when it gets serious gaming, they go beyond the Switch for some reason. And Amanda B, classic Nintendo. I'm there, man. I'm more into the fun games. I like the classic Nintendo.
You can play those on the new Xbox though.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah.
Yeah, they have it's like $20 and you download a emulator and you can play
really?
like Nintendo and your Xbox can literally play all the classic games. And it's
That's
legal.
pretty cool.
It's not you're not doing anything that messes up your system.
Okay, Amanda, we're talking about our cover first off, and then Crazy Mad threw out a question of the week and said, hey, is it PlayStation or Xbox? And so we've kind of teetered back and forth. I say PlayStation. So that's just me. Mo Big said you can play them on the PC since the mid to late 90s. That is true.
Yeah, but I think it's different that you can play it on your TV with a controller than I don't know. I've never liked computer games. I don't know. I want a console.
My son, that's where my son's at now, man. He built a gaming computer and he's all about it. So I don't know. I'm not into it. I've kind of left the gaming world. I'm still stuck in Skyrim. I could stay there my whole life and never leave it because I love it. And I mean, I could literally play that forever.
It's kind of crazy now we're talking about because Madden just died.
Yeah,
and that was one of the biggest games ever. I mean, I loved Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Played probably 20 of them at least. I mean,
okay, I think we're gonna have to do a game stream, obviously.
Yeah,
because this will be cool. This is good content right here. We're gonna have to get into that, but we're not prepared to do that tonight.
No, we are not.
We're gonna have to go into a subject that we are prepared for. We're talking about some covers tonight, actually.
Okay.
So if you like some different
easily
covers,
went off the rails there.
I know. I'm trying to bring it back in, and I'm like, no, let's go. So this is our team cover, guys. I'll zoom back out so you guys can see it. Currently, these covers are being inked by Peter Retro Palmiotti. We have recruited him to ink our wraparound cover and our team up cover. I'll go ahead and stop sharing this and show you the wraparound cover real quick. We're very proud of that. If I can get it called up here. Can you see it good?
Nice.
That is our wraparound. And Amanda says, why be right when you can be wrong? That's true. Sometimes you just have to live in your own bliss, right? Like, no matter what everybody else says, if you like Nintendo, you just got to be there.
Yeah, I think the chat's not going to allow us to go on the cover.
No, they're still there, man. But okay, so this is our wraparound. You can kind of see this is going to be the front cover. I'll zoom in on this. I don't know if I can drag it over or not. It's not letting me. But to the right is going to be the main part of the cover, and then whenever you flip it over, it'll go over to this section over here, and you'll see the back half of our villain, which will be fun.
I love that too. Reminds me so much of Thor.
Yeah, it's got a Thor look. You know, I showed Kemosabe this, and he said it looks like Earl Norm. I don't know if you guys know who Earl Norm is, but he was a great like Conan artist, and he, you know, that was a high praise, man. When he said that, that kind of blew me away. I love that kind of artwork, and that's what I was going for. That kind of stuff, that Conan battle. Yeah, just
he's got tons of them.
Epic look. Yeah, so we're hoping to get these inked within the week, or around a week or so. And once we get those back, they'll be sent off to color from Dio Lima in Brazil. And then we're hoping to get those back within a few weeks to get ready for launch. So,
yeah, we just got 3 pages from him colored.
Yeah.
Probably show that another night, though.
Well, no. I was going to show. You don't want to show them?
Maybe show one.
Show one.
Because we still got a lot of stuff to go over, like the covers we like and
yeah. Which one do you want to show?
12 minutes in, and we tried to stay in that hour. So,
do you want to show the really exciting one, or do you want to show the okay one? Is there an okay
really
one?
Exciting one? Aren't we just showing like a piece of it, not the whole thing? Are you able to do that or no?
I don't know if I'm able to do that on this. I'd have to get into some files, but I can zoom in enough where they only see this. So I think that'll be okay.
If you can zoom it, do that, or you can always show the earliest page, whatever it's page 2 or page 3 in the comic. I think that's cool. There's a lot of stuff on that.
Here we go. So you guys ready for this? Let's share it.
Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
Man.
That's some bloody stuff there. So
yeah, the coloring is just great. Man, he's so good.
Yes, it is. It really is. So really excited about it. Can't wait to get these back, get the covers back, and see the final product. Because I think they're going to do a good job at selling the books. So it's going to be great. Amanda, I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a checkmate, isn't that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Let us know what you guys think. I hope that's exciting for you guys.
I think they're still stuck on. I think they're still stuck.
They wanted the games, man. They got into this game thing, and it's really hard. It's like the blue light special. We can't get off Kmart now.
We should have never gave in to the chat. We should have just been blinded.
It's time to gatekeep like Bancroft, man. Yeah. That's what it is. It's time to gatekeep. Amanda says, when is the FOT to launch? Okay. So, Amanda, you missed it. We're going to launch on February 3rd or 4th. We haven't decided the day yet, but it'll be one of those 2 days.
It's a Thursday or Friday. We're not sure what.
Yeah, and we've confirmed with Bancroft we are going to launch on Bancroft's show. So that's a done deal. We just have to figure those 2 days out, and then it'll be good. But we'll be letting everybody know probably in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me see. Do we want to show anything else, or are we good?
We're already at 15. I'd say.
Okay.
Go on to the.
All right. So there you go. There was the preview. We got you guys all up to date with where we're at. Now let's get into it. So Kevin wanted to talk about covers since we were showing off our covers tonight. And we just kind of wanted to talk about our favorite covers. And I told Kevin to pick 5 and he couldn't do it. So
you didn't do, no, you said 3.
So we had to dumb it down for him, and go to 3.
No, I wanted I thought 3 was almost impossible, and I picked 3, and still.
Thanks, Mo. Yeah, no, 3 is very tough for me too. Believe me, I'm glad we went down to 3 because for me,
yeah, Crazy Matt, I'm going to be throwing
ridiculous.
money at EVS pretty much every stream he does.
Yeah, man, it's going to be great. But yeah, so 3 was very hard to pick out. So you want to go first with yours? You can share yours if you want to.
Yeah,
and we'll start off talking about that. See what you say about it. I already know you're going to pick an X-Men, but I don't know if it's going to be your top 3.
Okay,
X-Men
so
cover.
I'll go with my number 3, not my top one, but
okay.
Can you share it?
And I'm adding it right now. Ooh,
I love this cover.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I can tell who it is. Don't tell me who it is. I want to guess.
I don't know.
Hold on. I do know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh, you showed it. Why did you do that? It's Quesada, man. It's Joe Quesada. I could tell. Let me tell you, I got it. I knew it right from the rip. From the when you look at the whipping of the of the rope here from Daredevil's baton, that is totally a Quesada style.
So Mo Biggs thought we were going to talk about music covers.
Oh, ooh, that's hey, you guys are hitting the content tonight. I'm writing this stuff down.
We're definitely
writing this all down. So don't worry, we will be doing everything that you guys are talking about right here because what a great topic.
So to me, I just always have thought this is cool. I mean, I love the idea of both of them, kind of how they're in the city and what they do. I always thought Daredevil was the coolest person for Spider-Man to team up with. I think they just naturally work as their superhero and who they are personally. I really hope we get a movie of Daredevil with Spider-Man. I think that would be
sounds like it's kind of well. I mean, we already got a movie with him, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a second. I want them like that. I want them like on city buildings and.
Yeah, I want them hanging out at the top of a building like this, where they're just chilling and talking. That's what I want. Yeah. And then Johnny Storm flies up and hangs out and is a smart ass and everything. I think.
But again, that's why this was tough with 3 covers because it's like, man, Superman and Batman, like you think you should do them, but I honestly went with the idea of what would I buy a poster and put on a wall, and this is one. I feel like
so when I picked my covers, that's how I picked. I picked what affected me my whole life, not what is one of the best drawn covers of all time or something like that. I picked my favorite, meaning that cover is one that I've always been drawn to no matter what. You know what I mean? Like something that's always affected me from my childhood clear on up till now. And okay, that's a great cover, man. I really do like it. Even though I'm not a big fan of Quesada's art, I'm really not. But I think every now and then he can do some things that they're really striking, So I get why he's in the industry, I guess.
Okay, you want me to go to my next one?
Well, let me go to mine.
Okay, cool.
So we'll remove that. And then I'm going to share.
You're definitely going to have a Conan. You're going to have a Conan. You're going to have... I could see you having like a G.I. Joe. If there's like a cool...
that's funny.
Probably a Captain America, I could see you.
So... Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick this screen first, but then I'm going to share another version of it. So it's this, and it is GI Joe.
I've never read a GI Joe comic. I didn't even watch the cartoon.
Yeah. Now the thing about it,
Sergeant Slaughter was a GI Joe.
Yeah, Crazy Mad liked your cover that you picked there, Kevin, which is great.
Yeah, I think I really do. I love that cover.
Yeah, I mean, for me, GI Joe was awesome at that time because in the 80s, I'm an 80s kid, and well, I'm a 70s kid, but the 80s is really when I was like into a lot of the, I don't know, Star Wars was big at that point, GI Joe was big at that point, and I think it was one of the best eras. And but GI Joe just captured my imagination, and all those covers coming out. It was Mike Zeck that made all my, like dreams come true in comics. You know what I mean? Like he just brought everything to life for me. And, first off, I could almost replace any Mike Zeck cover with this one. Okay. Because I think he's just always that good. His covers are always awesome.
Surprised you didn't pick a Snake Eyes.
Well, I almost did, and then I thought there's just something more to this one that I like, and so I wanted to show that. I'll show the color version just real quick, and let me see where it's at. That's not right. Well, I thought I had the
Crazy man. GI Joe. I never got it. I mean, I don't.
It could be an age.
It doesn't seem cool, but I just never.
It could be an age thing. I mean, I didn't like the old GI Joes where they were just straight army men, but once they got these characters where they were all like their own types of characters, man, I loved it. And to be honest, they're still the most articulated figure that has almost ever come out. Like in the 80s. I thought
their figures though suck too because they're so tiny.
Like no, I love 3.5 inch. 3.5 inch was my favorite. And then you could turn their wrists, their forearms. You could turn so much on them, and they were amazing. They had Zartan that changed colors. I mean, it was just amazing to me. I loved it, and I loved it. So not everybody was into it, but I did, man. Yeah. I had all of them.
I do remember, like in first and second grade, that people would get. Is it Snake Eyes? Is that the bad guy or Cobra?
No, Cobra? Snake Eyes is Cobra Commander.
People would try to take his mask off to see what he would look like, and you couldn't. But kids thought they could, so they were all ruining these toys.
Yeah, they rip his head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crazy Mad says Transformers was my jam. I like Transformers, and I have a lot of respect for them, but I didn't get into them until later. So I didn't
like the Transformers art. I didn't like that they looked like boxes.
Yeah. See, Mo Biggs, the 80s GI Joes were cooler than the 70s GI Ken dolls, and that's true. I think they were cooler too. They had more accessories, more weapons. Everything became cooler.
So were they big, like Barbie doll big? The original ones?
Yeah. The originals were like, they were big. Ken, like he said, Ken dolls.
Thundercats was my jam. Thundercats, their action figures were huge.
I didn't like
they were really well detailed. I loved their action.
But the reason I didn't like it was because they weren't very articulated. If they would have articulated them, I would have loved it because I love those characters. And I think Thundercats is some of the best character design out there, to be honest.
I can't believe there hasn't been a movie.
Well, I can because I think they're having trouble figuring out how to make them look that way and be live action. But I think after Avatar, I think they can do it.
I mean,
they
could have done it since 2000. Since Lord of the Rings, they could have done it. I mean, we had Turtles in the 90s.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's go on. What do you got?
Give me a second. Share screen.
I bet there was, Mo. There was a movie, Thundercats. Oh. You probably forgot a couple X's on that one there, Mo.
Okay, here's my second favorite.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I feel
That's
like
a
you have to. It's
classic.
Jim Lee, the number one
Yeah.
selling comic book of all time. He
Yep.
collected all 4 covers. The only
Yeah.
thing I dislike is there's no Nightcrawler. I feel like he's the only one that needs to be in this to really make it a great X-Men. But
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't. He was still an Excalibur at this time. But everything else, I think it's just amazing. It's perfect.
Yeah. Well, and when you keep going, they have Magneto on there, right?
Yeah, I couldn't
So
find the one with Magneto.
yeah, and so
So
I think that's what makes it great. That's one thing I was shooting for our wraparound. By the way, was you get a glimpse of the villain, and he's using his power. He's using what he does. He's doing what he does in the comic, and that's what Magneto's doing. He's using his magnetic field, and he's holding off Cyclops right there and the whole team basically. Um, and I love that you're getting to showcase the whole team, but you're also showing the bad guy, and they're rushing into the action. So yeah, that was a great cover.
and
Great job.
I feel like especially when it comes to Wolverine and Beast, Jim Lee is the best at drawing both of those characters. Like, look at that Wolverine. Look at that. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's definitely one of my favorites. Oh, I probably said. Mo says, I know
What?
it sounds like a porn, but that was the name of the Thundercats animated movie. It was originally supposed to be released theatrically, but they canceled that when the GoBots movie bombed. Ooh, I remember GoBots.
So
Well,
wait, there
sorry
was
about
like
that,
a
Mo, but
movie
it totally sounded like a porn parody whenever you were talking.
Thundercats. No. So wait, it's something you can actually watch. Like, is it good at all?
I think I
I don't
remember it.
that.
I mean, I think
You
it was
ever-
almost like an extended cartoon,
I don't
show, like
remember
what
it,
was on
though.
TV. Yeah, it became a TV movie. So I think it was just an extended show. It was like an extended cartoon.
I always wonder if they hold up because watching freaking Ghostbusters on that movie DVD, that the show was terrible. So as a kid, it was amazing.
Some of the cartoon holds up.
I think Batman does, the animated series, and X-Men.
Oh yeah, I don't
think
know
those
I don't know if Batman the animated series will ever be that bad. You know what I mean? Just the style can fit all time. So no, this is a great cover. I love the composition of it, by the way.
Yeah.
The
I
composition
love his
draws the
Colossus
eye.
too. Like, he always made Colossus huge.
Yeah. So on the composition, you can see that he's got the X-Men going down, the logo goes down, and it leads your eye right to the left, or I said right to the left, but it leads your eye to the left, and it makes it sweep across all the characters, which is perfect because that's what you want. You don't want to just focus on Magneto, which I think is fantastic too, but it's all like in a triangle, if you look, and then the characters kind of in a circle. And so they really used a lot of composition on this.
I do feel like they kind of screwed over Jean and Angel. Like, they're so hard to see.
Yeah, they are hard to see. Although, dude, I think if I was going to put somebody in the background, I'd put Jean in the background too.
But I mean, look at the really middle cover with Colossus, Rogue, Psylocke, and Gambit. Like,
yeah,
you could have easily done just like that. Like, they're all really good sized.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I think you can only showcase so much, and you have to be careful. Yeah. I mean, even like what I was picking for the cover, our friend, Brent was like, "Well, it's not a team up cover," and whenever he said that, I was thinking, he's right. It's not a team up. It's just showcasing one of the good guys. But that's kind of the point, because if you don't focus on one, you have to focus on all of them. And then that limits the bad guys and what they're doing on there. And I wanted to show that there was a lot of bad guys, or several bad guys, coming after our hero. You know what I mean? So it had to be done that way. But that's the thing, look at all the covers we're going to come up with. That's just one of many that we're going to do.
And Iceman Trail, I think, was a great idea to have it all the way through. That was
yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, it adds a great visual to tie it all together. They got a few action lines up through there, that draws that line. It's that perspective line again, going right along with the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then that purple sweeps right across like this, and it just makes it perfect to see everything. So yeah, I love it. That's a great cover, man. Okay. Now we're on to my number 2. We are on to my number 2. What do we got? Chrome tab. Let me see.
So it's not going to be Conan. It's going to be Captain America.
Actually, you are exactly right. It is going to be Conan.
Oh, wow! So, why this of all the covers you could have picked?
Because it's Buscema, and this is my favorite Conan. Now, that's a slippery thing I'm saying right there. I love Frazetta's Conan, and that's probably my favorite in like high art and everything. But when it comes to the comic books, I love Buscema's Conan. That Conan is what I grew up with. And look at that look in his eye, man. Look at the looks in his eye.
It's weird. I almost like the black and white better.
Well, just so you know, the colored version on the right is not the original color of the comic. That's a recolored version.
Okay.
But yeah, this is why I love Buscema. So look at his black and white. Look at the intensity of his eyes right there. That black around his eyes. Dude, that's intimidating. It's intimidating. Conan was a badass, and you didn't mess with him. And this it just captured all my imagination towards Conan. His line work, just the way he did hashes. He did hashes back here just to fill in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But it does such a good job, and it really focuses you. And that smoke going through, look at that smoke line going through here. It's gorgeous. And I can't get enough of it. And when you look at the composition of that too, see it's in that A-frame composition here.
And look at the people around him, their eyes, they all look spooked, like they're scared to death.
Oh yeah, they know it's coming, man. They know it's coming. It's true. And that's something that I've always loved about Conan is that either they're too stupid and they fight him headlong and they realize too late that they're going to lose their head, or they know he's coming and they're so fearful. You know what I mean? Like he has a reputation. So, Mo says, why did we never get a GoBots versus Transformers crossover? At least Scooter versus Bumblebee
sucks, and no one knows what GoBots are.
I thought GoBots were okay.
I have no idea what that is.
It was another toy that came out. They didn't get as popular as Transformers, of course. Probably people thought they were a little bit of a knockoff. Yeah. Why did we never get an animated Conan series? Yeah, with Orko or Snarf type comic relief sidekick. Oh, I would have died.
Because the first movie did well with Arnold, right? That was a hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first one was, yes. The second and third were terrible, but yes. A lot of people have a lot of love for those movies, though, and I still love the first one. When you go back and watch it, though, it's rough. It's very dated, but gosh, man, it was cool.
Though, that was when Arnold was in his heyday. Like he looks like a freaking beast in those movies.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, the black and white was definitely better. So why did they not have it colored originally?
No, they do, and I'll show that here. Let me show that now.
That's interesting. With the omnibuses, I get a lot of them. They recolor them.
Yeah,
they update the colors, which I like. I like it better than the old day colors.
I like the old colors. There's just something about it. There's mood, and they accomplish so much with very little technology in it. And I think sometimes we're better off for it because they really had to express with that. You know what I mean? They had to learn how to express it. He's got this, that purple hue in the background. And then
I
you've got
respectfully
these.
disagree. I don't think
I
the
know.
colors are as vibrant.
Now, see, I know. I like the new one too, but there's just something about those old flat colors that I really like about the old comics, and I love it. I love to look at it. I think it's great.
Okay. Hey, we're doing really good.
Who didn't want to kill Orko and Snarf?
I love, dude. Do your snarf.
Snarf. I don't really love Snarf. I hate him,
dude. I love how you
word.
underplayed how well you do it because you didn't want to show how good you are. That you
I hate it. Actually, Snarf is worse than Orko. Orko, I could take.
I liked Snarf. I liked him. I thought he was funny.
They need to get rid of Orko and Snarf, to be honest. Orko versus Snarf in the Thunderdome. Yes.
So why is Slimer cool, but Snarf isn't? Because let's be honest, they're the same person.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Well, Slimer in the cartoon was different, but Slimer in the movie was cool.
People loved the cartoon Slimer. He was on every. They even did.
I hated.
I remember
him.
the high C.
He always talked like this. They always had his voice going on, and it was terrible.
They always had him talking like that, and I'm like, I hate that voice. Yeah, they always had. Go back and listen. He always sounded like that. I hated it.
Actually, my brain doesn't have a memory.
Yeah, I hated it. The losers killed and eaten by Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo. Oh man, there's another Saturday morning cartoons, dude. We have like
okay. I'm writing that down too. I'm writing down Saturday morning cartoons.
We all win if they both.
What? We all win if they both. It's true.
I liked Scrappy Doo as well. So
yeah.
Whoa,
what's Snarf's the original Pikachu? Ooh.
I don't have a problem with Pikachu either. I don't know where all this hate's coming from.
I don't know. Probably because
he says Pikachu only says one word, but I liked the movie that Ryan Reynolds was in for Pikachu. I liked it.
I haven't seen that yet. If I had to choose, it'd be Orko. I think I'd pick Orko as well. Snarf, I couldn't handle him coming up to me and doing that all the time. It's just weird as hell. At least Orko has
you and him are gonna have a relationship where you work at
together. If you're a Thundercat, you wouldn't want Snarf part of your Thundercat team. That's just the way it is. He's terrible. He'd get you killed quickly.
I couldn't see me and Snarf being best friends. That's just
nope. I couldn't do it.
Oh, dang. I'm surprised the chat hasn't brought up covers. I thought they would be like, oh man,
yeah.
this is
I know.
Well,
they got a gaming thing, and then they thought we were on album covers, so they were ill prepared too.
Well, you brought up G.I. Joe, so that's your fault.
I know.
You didn't.
So I better remove this. Okay, so you have your number one of all time?
Yeah, and I'm keeping it still like your superhero comic books, which you've done 0 of so far.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
You have Conan and you had G.I. Joe, which neither are DC or Marvel superheroes, which I'm ashamed of you.
Yeah, but I don't need to have a superhero cover as my favorite.
Yeah, you should. This is just
okay. Wait, what'd that say?
That's all I have.
Although I'm leaning towards Murph with the covers, but I disavow him with the side characters. Yes, crazy mad. That is exactly right. So I disavow the side characters as well.
So the first cover is what I really like, but I felt like the second one is so cool that it still had to be with it. But
man, those are cool. I love those covers.
I remember seeing that. Logan, the first time we ever see Old Man Logan, and you see the background, like all of them are killed, and I was just like, I remember being like, "What the heck is this?" Mm-hmm. And then,
we got somebody in the chat. Hello, Sim. How you doing? Thanks for coming by.
Hey. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. And then Wolverine, how he gets killed, where just his bones are left, is such a great shot. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and this is some of the things I think we're missing from the covers even now on some of the stuff we're seeing on the independent comics is that intensity. You know what I mean? The stakes on the cover. What are the stakes on the cover? A team up cover is cool because, it's showing off your characters. So of course you're going to show off your characters, but I also want to see something where I want to see where the hero's up against it a little bit. You know what I mean? And
when I remember when I looked at that cover originally, I didn't realize that was Kitty. I actually thought that was
yeah.
I thought it was just some lady that he was protecting, because it even says that she's apprehended. So I was like, I wonder what this lady's gonna do. And then it was like, oh no, it's.
I wonder if I ever sold out and let them make an animated ARO for kids if they'd use Rob's Molotov Meerkat as the Snarf. I bet they would. We've got to do something with ARO, man. It can't just sit here and not be turned into something, Mo. We're getting some great prints, but come on. We're going to have to do something with him. You're going to have to get somebody hired to animate him, or I don't know. Even if you made trailers only of ARO, that would be fantastic.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool.
Something will happen eventually, he says. I hope so, man, because it's a cool, great. I mean, I think it's a great idea. So looking forward to seeing it.
So I definitely think my covers kill yours. Yours suck.
Oh, I think your covers are cool, but like I said, I'm not doing it to appease anybody else. This is my stuff that I love about covers. So
well, yeah, but I'm saying like these. If I'm gonna get a poster, I love that, man. I really hope they kind of do it. Now that Marvel MCU has it, I really hope they do it. Even though Fox did the Days of Future, they didn't do anything even close to what that really is.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to take some time, man. They're going to have to do some build up. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But okay, all right, you did your number one. I will say the composition on the first one with Wolverine and Kitty. It's great because there's a spotlight coming from far away, and then it highlights all the killed mutants or people who are missing or in action or whatever. And then it puts Wolverine and Kitty on the spot. And they're not even fully aware of everything that's going on, is what it seems like. So there's definitely high stakes there, which is what I love. But you don't even have to compose a lot on this one, because the whole idea in itself is just a great shot. On the right, definitely that, the way it goes through Wolverine up to its hand, up to the Sentinel's hand. Definitely that, you got a triangle between Wolverine and the Sentinel. And then is that Aurora?
Yeah, that's Storm. That's how she dies.
Storm.
Yeah.
So they got Storm. Yeah. So they've got a triangle there. But then they've inverted the triangle and they're going out this way here. And that really draws your eye to the pain and agony of what Wolverine's going through. So this is a great composition.
And then you have a huge freaking box that says, this issue, everybody dies. It's like.
Yeah, right.
What the hell?
Which is lied, but, it's so great that you got that. Because it did make you, shit your pants a little bit. I think you won't do RRO. Because Chris Gow will be found the next morning in a bloody bathtub. Okay. That's not good. That's really not good. Okay. Let's stop doing this. And I'm going to remove mine. And we're going to share my final. I bet you can.
Oh, it's got to be Cap.
You can pick. You think so?
Yeah.
I can't believe you forgot. This is my all-time favorite cover, and it's by it's by the same artist that I showed earlier.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. Yeah, you do love this.
To me, one of the reasons I love it is just on the surface of who it is, okay? It's Doom, who I think is the biggest bad of Marvel. I don't know if anybody's bigger than Doom in Marvel.
Magneto's close.
He is close, but man, Doom is just off the chain. And he can take everybody on like he says he can. You know what I mean? That's what's so scary about him. He's diabolical. So when you see him in shambles, when his armor's popping off and it's like shredded and he's just in pieces here and he's just like in such agony with what he's doing, that to me hooked me in a second, man. I was on it. And then when you read the story and you see that he takes on the Beyonder and is just totally, it's sheer will that he's fighting with, that just lets you know his motivations are just crazy. It's off the hook. So that's one reason why I love it. And then the second reason is because Mike Zeck drew it. And when you look at just how he draws, his details, characterization, there is a lot of detail. But he also, it's not just the detail, but the detail he does add matters. So the way he's got his mouth open a little more, his face is metal. He shouldn't be able to open his mouth that big, right? But it looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, didn't he always just have like a slit, like kind of like Iron Man, like just a little small square?
It's not that little plate in his mouth, but it's always more narrow. It's a little more narrow and
really
it's not
tiny?
open as much. Yeah, so he's actually making Doom emote, and you can feel it, man. Like I feel the tension in this. It feels like something is coming down hard on Doom, right? And that to me is what matters. Like it set a mood for me, and I'm just like, gosh, what a perfect cover. I just think it's a perfect cover. And it may not be the most extravagant or anything like that. Even that Conan cover wasn't that extravagant. It wasn't action packed, but it was just. But dude, looking at Conan's eyes, looking at that smoke and just the atmosphere of what was going on that cover, that's it. That's the way to set a cover, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's great. You feel it. You feel the emotion. It really is. It's an amazing cover.
Mo says this issue where everybody dies, that was on the X-Men cover, will also be on my cover of the first issue of Sidekick Squad starring Snarf, Slimer, Orko, Scrappy Doo, Normal, and Jar Jar Binks.
I don't understand the Slimer and Scrappy Doo hate. I thought they were both
everybody was cool till you brought Jar Jar on, man. Everybody was cool till you brought Jar Jar on.
Hey, Jar Jar is cool.
That would be a great one.
Jar Jar is cool if you realize he's the actual Phantom Menace. I love that. I think that's so freaking great. You watch that YouTube video of that person's idea, and I do. I think it's freaking genius. And it's crazy that they didn't go that way, because I think that's amazing.
It would have been different if they would have followed through with it, but since they didn't, I just don't even care that much about it. Because
I think it's super
Star Wars has been ruined for me in a lot of ways, except for the new like Boba Fett. Well, I'm giving Boba Fett a chance. I don't know yet. And then
I didn't watch it yet because I heard people
Mandalorian
said it was boring, so I'm waiting for 2 episodes to watch it.
Someone clip Murph saying Jar Jar is cool.
Jar Jar Phantom Menace is awesome. Watch that.
He's not.
YouTube.
No, he's not, man.
It is awesome.
It's terrible acting. It's terrible altogether. The fact that they let him do Pig Latin was stupid. I just can't even believe how he talks.
He did Pig Latin?
He did like this Pig Latin.
Oh, you mean
mix.
It's just his regular talking?
Yeah, they should never have let him do that. It was terrible. And instead of making him like redo it or act better, they just let him go. They let him do it. And then we got what we got, and it was terrible. See?
No.
Jar Jar is under no circumstances cool.
I'm telling you. No, I'm seriously. This will not be a waste of your time. I wish I knew what it was called, but there's a guy who does this whole YouTube video on how Jar Jar was supposed to be the Phantom Menace. He was supposed to be a Darth Sith. And he shows everything in the movie, and it all makes sense, and it's actually freaking awesome. And it makes sense with the next movies where how there's a second Sith, and they're kind of just there, and it makes sense if Jar Jar was supposed to be the second. No, I think it's very cool. You need to watch it.
Mo Biggs.
We should
look
do
at
a
this
video on it.
He actually said, "Excuse me," in a Star Wars film. It's true. That's what he does.
Excuse me.
Oh,
He
I'm
does that
sorry.
in the movie.
Yoda doesn't do stupid shit.
Well,
He's
later
like going
on he
after
does.
Snickers bar
Hold on.
going, like 'cause
In
it's
the
exact same
first,
thing.
in the first, like Empire Strikes Back, when you first see Yoda, he's actually really cool. Because the act he puts on at first, and then when he goes into the little hovel, and
But
then
that's
he
the point of Jar
says,
Jar's doing that stuff too. That's
"Yeah,
the
but he
same
isn't
thing.
though. He isn't because it never
He is if
reveals
he's the
that.
Phantom Menace.
But he's
That's why that
not
video
the
is awesome.
Phantom Menace.
He is.
I sounded like
He's
the
the one
nun
that
off
even
of Elf.
votes for the Emperor to take over. Like,
It's
so
terrible.
he brought
Terrible,
it back
Kevin.
because of the namesake. But even Jar Jar's next to the Emperor.
Scrappy Doo was the villain in the Scooby-Doo movies. Yes.
What's wrong with
My
Scrappy?
kids-
Scrappy Doo is cool.
No, but in the movies he was a villain, and my kids used to love those movies. The
He's a
Scrappy or the
villain?
Scooby-Doo movies. Of
How
course
is he
he's a villain. You just got to watch the movies. Mandalorian's good, and Boba Fett, the
Oh, I
jury's
think
out
The
yet. I'm
Mandalorian's
going to let the
great.
season play out. Yeah, I love Mandalorian.
I'm not a big Star Wars person, but
So-
I think The Mandalorian was great.
Yeah. Hopefully Boba Fett lives up, but we'll see, man. I don't know. That first issue or the first episode.
Is it the same people who did The Mandalorian, or is what's her name over it?
I don't know
Kathleen
who's over
Kennedy
it, but
on it.
I
Kathleen
think the same
Kennedy's on
guys
it.
are doing it.
Yeah, I think Scooby Doo.
I like
awesome.
Scooby-Doo awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. But
Oh, wait,
Scrappy's
I mean,
a different
Scrappy-Doo.
story.
I thought Scrappy was cool.
Someone clip Murph comparing Jar Jar to Yoda.
It is the same. No, you guys need to watch.
You're
this
gonna.
video.
They're just
Because they
going
talk
to
about
off you
how
in
Yoda
the
is
street.
the like the crazy old. It's like an Asian tale where there's a
Look at
crazy
this.
guy on the side of the road. That's what you get with Jar Jar.
Crazy Mad says, "I don't know if I can ever look Murph on the eyes again."
No,
See what I mean?
Our next video next week is on Jar Jar being the.
No,
Phantom
it's
Menace.
not. No, it's not. I'm not
Because
wasting my time.
People don't know how
not wasting my
great
time.
the theory is.
I will sit back and have a drink and watch you burn.
Have you watched that video? Have I shown that to you?
Mm.
It is pretty freaking awesome. Then even how
yeah, I've
he
seen
fights, how he fights is like the drunken master, and how they,
I almost timed Amanda out until I realized she said Scooby, not Scrappy.
I
That's
thought she
awesome.
said Scrappy, and I agreed with her with the Scrappy.
No, man.
Who doesn't
no.
like Scooby Doo? Yeah, everyone likes Scooby.
Yeah, Scooby Doo's awesome. 24 Eyes. Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. I don't know. Yoda was cool. In Empire and Return of the Jedi, Yoda was cool. Then they forget him.
First.
But he was supposed to be, because he was supposed to be this weird creature and
Which
piss Luke
is
off.
the same thing with Jar Jar. He did the same thing.
I get it. Except we never got to see that pay off with Jar
Yes,
Jar.
I agree.
And so it
But
didn't
the
exist.
idea of it, I think it would have been amazing.
It's just like whenever Lucas goes, "Yeah, I meant for Luke and Leia to kiss. It was meant to be." No, it wasn't. You didn't have that planned out. You didn't know what the hell you were doing with your characters. You found out later that you shouldn't make that happen because everybody started loving the Han and Leia
I love in Deadpool 2
relationship.
where he talks about, he says brother and sister had sex, and she goes, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "I'm pretty sure Luke nailed her."
That's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, it's so funny.
Hey, I gotta show off my glass. I'm having a
Oh.
drink, everybody. See, my glass has Ballad of the Celestials on it. You guys see that all etched in there? My nephew got this for me for Christmas. I had
That
to
is
show it
cool.
off. It's got our logo on it. So I'm having a nice drink. But I'm not drinking to your Jar Jar is the be-all, end-all to Star Wars.
It makes that first movie so much better to watch.
I'm drinking to his demise. Jar Jar's gone.
He's had more impact on Star Wars than a lot of other characters.
Yeah, that's true.
He voted
just
for the
can't stand it.
Chancellor to.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I do not like it. Well, everybody, thank you guys so much for coming on tonight.
Dude, there's so much we didn't talk about, like the Bane cover.
Do you want to go into that? We can. Okay, We can
You
give it
gotta
another
show that.
15 if you want to.
I think we.
I don't know
I
if I
think
still
it's
have.
cool. I was gonna
Let's see
show
if I still
covers
got
for
'em.
like omnibuses. Like I think stuff like this is so cool.
Okay.
Off of that.
Well, let's.
To me,
Let's
I thought
talk
of
about
thinking of this as
Bane.
one of the best covers. I love that. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
that
talking
is
about
good.
video games. This was
That
his
is
video
good.
game cover.
So you want to show that one?
You want me to get it? I don't have it up.
I have it. I have it up. I'll show it.
And this was hard not to Derek go for.
Hang on.
And there's that Hulk one with Wolverine. Yeah, look at that. That's iconic. That might be his. I mean, the Joker cover with the Killing Joke is a big Batman cover.
Yeah. Okay. So backing up, I'm surprised George Lucas didn't digitally insert Jar Jar into the holiday special. No doubt, man.
We got another video, Jar Jar video now.
Yoda taught our main character the Force. Jar Jar taught to step in poo. Yes, no doubt. Taught to step in poo. That's what it was. You have to bring your inflection up, so it's a question. Anyway,
But I think this is one of those covers. Like it looks cool, but then the more you look at it,
it is an
more you're
iconic
like,
cover, right?
Look at his head. Look at where his head is, and how small it is.
Yeah, it's too small. That's part of the problem. That's why this
his
doesn't
head is
look
smaller
great.
than his hand.
But they're trying to get you to see that he's swollen with the venom, and that he's breaking Batman's back, and that he's big enough, strong enough, and crazy enough to get the job done. So I get it. It's still a great cover because holy shit, he's breaking Batman's back, and that was iconic at the time. But the proportions are a little weird, and I got to be honest, even when you look at the arms, they look good, but when you look at that back, I just don't like that view. I think there could have been a better view they would have done instead of that straight on view like that. And that's kind of what turns me off about this cover. So Mo Big, stepping in poo was all about the devious plan, all part of his devious plan. Don't you see?
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Don't, unless you guys watch the video and give it a shot, then I'll take your criticism.
Bantha poodoo, man. Bantha poodoo. Terrible. You probably don't know what that means.
Just like Yoda trying to eat those candy bars is stupid.
Oh, man. It's terrible. No, the part where Yoda's eating that is great.
When I think of that cover, I think of the Spider-Man cartoon Into the Spider-Verse with what's his name? The Kingpin.
Oh,
with his head.
Yep.
And how big his body is, but that works for some reason. Oh, that's a great Punisher.
It is. It's an iconic cover, actually.
I'm making Crazy mad and we're making this a video now.
No, we're not.
They have to know how great
why don't
Jar
you do
Jar
it
as the Phantom Menace.
Why don't you do like a half an hour stream on your own, and you can do it. I'm not going to be a part of it because I will not endorse this. You can crash and burn on your own. I'm not going to do that.
I don't know how to. Can I basically say stuff over someone else's video and that's fine? Like if I can do that, I'll do that.
I'm sure you can. It's not like we're getting monetized, so who cares? But or you could show just a little bit of it and not do enough to get dinged. You know what I mean? Eating candy bars is comparable to stepping in poo. I don't want to spend Halloween at Murph's place. That's the truth. Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, stepping in poo is like a Halloween prank where people put the bags of crap on fire. So, I mean, it's not really that far off. It's
the flaming
one's
bag
trick
of
and
poo.
one's treat.
Yeah.
So
that's terrible. Okay, so this is a Mike Zeck cover. So this is the third Mike Zeck cover. Yeah, he's the same one that just did that Doom cover that I showed, and he also did the G.I. Joe cover that I showed you. The guy was a powerhouse.
Front, though.
Okay, well, first off, that artist is a powerhouse. He was a powerhouse back in the 80s. He did tons of covers that were iconic. He did the Kraven the Hunter cover, with Spider-Man, where he was coming up out of the grave. He's done so many great covers, man. Mike Zeck has to be one of my favorite artists of all time. just because he was so iconic
I think
throughout
he's
my
everybody's.
childhood.
I mean, who doesn't like
Well,
his stuff?
it's true, because even our homage cover on the cover of this video, on the thumbnail of this video, that was his cover. That Wolverine versus Cap, that is a Mike Zeck cover. The guy is amazing. And some of the old school guys like me, they're going to look back at that and just be like, yeah, I know that cover. And, you know, we've had a few guys like Eddie Winkler get on the show, and he was like, yep, I know that cover. And he said it right away. You know, he knew exactly what we were looking at, and it was fantastic. So, yeah, iconic right away. But I will say, this is probably one of my least favorite of Mike Zeck. It's still great. These bullet lines coming through, draw your eye right across
Is it
the
because the
action.
trash can?
No, I love it all.
You like the
I
trash can right in the front?
Yeah, because it's totally like street level in the alley. He's just shooting them up, and he don't care, right? That's pretty much
Yeah, I
what's
guess.
happening. That's
It's just weird
Punisher
that
in a
it's in
nutshell.
front of him. I think it
No,
would have
to
been cool
me,
if it was behind him.
no, it's showing like in the middle of an alley. He's going at it, man, and I love that. But when you look at his face, you get these cheek lines and this laugh and this, like, he's just going. He's not laughing, but his teeth are showing this way. It's not my favorite look of the Punisher. I just don't like it. It's great. Could I draw that good? Who knows? But I love a lot about this cover. But if I had to
He actually
cut
looks a
down
little
on
like Bancroft.
not tall enough for it. So Crazy Matt says, Dirk, I'm concerned about Ballad and Celestial's side characters now. You know what? I had to tame him down. He did want to do a couple things, didn't you, Kevin? A couple things. You were going to throw some snarfs
I don't know
in
what
there.
you're referring to.
Weren't you going to put a snarf in there at one point?
What?
It was almost a snarf character.
No. I don't
No?
know.
Okay, I thought didn't you have an animal at the end of it?
There will be animals. There will be animals in the story, yeah.
Well, I know that. We
They
got
don't
an animal
talk.
on the cover of it. But
Huh?
we had an animal on the cover of it. The beast.
Yeah, but you're talking about there's like stuff we removed, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh boy, now I'm worried, Crazy Mad. See, can't trust him anymore. My theory is that Darth Jar Jar theory is just SJWs trying to remove the stigma from being a useful idiot. Ooh, that was a good one there, Mo. You might be right. And Crazy Mad said he'll show up so he can ridicule you while you do the Jar Jar stream. So you might as well do it.
It's pretty crazy though when you see stuff like even Jar Jar's moving his mouth to get other people to say stuff like a Sith would, and it's like, man, it's crazy the stuff that's in the movie.
You know, it could be, man. I don't know. The truth is, I think Lucas was trying a lot of different things. He was probably very, trying a lot of experiments at that point, but I don't know. I wish he would have followed through on some things like that and not let people talk him out of some stuff, because I think it would have been better than where we ended up. Hey, it's B Rose. How you doing, man? By the way, B Rose has Cerebrum coming out soon. He's going to be launching. I think he's launching in February too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. Can't wait to get a look at that. I already signed up for that for you, B Rose. Lucas was trying to please his children at that time. I know. That's what I wonder. That's what it came down to, man. Probably has a lot of that
it's
going
weird
on.
Because what's his name is such a great Jedi.
Qui-Gon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn was. I love Qui-Gon too. We didn't get enough of him. But then again, they could have done 3 movies on Darth Maul, but they decided to kill him off in the first movie too. So how stupid is
Jar Jar was supposed to take over.
Could you imagine the money that he would have brought in if he would have made Darth Maul at the level that everybody wanted him to get to?
Well, you imagine if he kept Darth Maul and Qui-Gon in all 3. I think that would have been awesome.
Yeah, that's what everybody wanted. Instead, we got old man Dracula, and basically
And the robot heart coffin guy.
yeah, which was a waste to me because he did nothing and there was real no motivation for him to do what
Because
he was
again,
doing.
the plan was for Jar Jar. That's why, but he changed it because there was such bad stuff around Jar Jar.
Yeah, B Rose says February, so good. We're going to be at the beginning of February, B Rose. So we're going to launch about, I think, on the 3rd or the 4th. So hopefully we'll stay away from your launch time. Imagine if there was no Jar Jar. No doubt, man. I would be much happier. And there wasn't enough Maul. He should have been the bad for all three. See, there you go. We're not the only ones that feel that way.
Oh, he does look amazing. He's so cool looking.
I don't think there's ever been somebody that looked nearly as cool as him as a bad guy.
Well,
I mean,
Darth
not
Vader's
for Star Wars.
awesome looking.
Yeah,
Darth Vader's still awesome.
But it's hard to top Darth Vader. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, gosh.
But you know what, though? Even beyond his look, the reason Darth Vader was so scary was not just his look, man. It was that intimidating breathing. And the first time you see him, he comes through that smoke on the ship. And it's like, holy shit, what's that?
Yeah.
And nobody had ever seen anything like that ever before. And then he comes and he grabs that guy and he lifts him up like a foot, 2 feet off the ground. And he's only at like almost eye level to him.
Do you know that he's a human being in the first one?
You don't know everything, but you assume he is. But I think people were just like, what the hell is he doing? He's just this
because he could have been
mega
an
bad
alien.
guy.
You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what people thought.
But you know what? I think for a villain, we're gonna have to do a villain stream too, dude. Are
you writing all these down?
Yeah, people accepted villains much easier back then. You know what I mean? The look of them sold you on the villain, and their actions sold you on the villain. And then you were like, yeah, he's just the bad guy. You know what I mean? You accepted it wholeheartedly.
I'm trying to think of a villain that people don't accept now that you're saying that. And
well, they're blurring a lot of the villain lines now. You know what I mean? They're trying to make them more relatable and to be something that makes it a little more understandable that somebody might go to that level.
People say that about Magneto, but comic book wise, that really is. He did have a good turn and.
Yeah, right. Dooku was stupid compared to Maul. I agree. I mean, I still like things about Dooku, so I don't want to hate too much on Dooku, but it wasn't as cool
him fighting Yoda.
Maul. Yeah, but it wasn't as cool as Qui-Gon and Maul. It just wasn't. It's like, guys, we have to do something with this Jabba model we made of our scrapped Atari Jaguar game. Let's put him in some movies. Yes, exactly. Christopher Lee's great, but why did they have to give him a name that sounds like a turd? Dooku. Poodoo Dooku.
That is funny because he is actually pretty good at making up names, like Chewbacca. Freaking great name.
They had a way. I forget how they did it, but they have a way to come up with people's names. Well, and basically, Vader it was a play on Dracula.
Right? Didn't Vader mean father in some language, like German?
I'm not sure. But I know that they used Dooku as Dracula, right? Like it was based off Dracula, because that's what Lee was. He was Dracula.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything Dracula-like, though. You mean just his look?
His look. Yeah.
Was he talking about Lee?
Yeah. Because don't. Christopher Lee.
Oh, okay.
But I just don't get the change. So, you mean why Lee changed from a good Jedi to a bad Jedi? Is that what you mean, Crazy Man?
I mean, they kind of talk about it, don't they? With
I guess. I'm not sure.
Even because Qui-Gon wasn't a full, like, goody two-shoe Jedi. Dude, man, Qui-Gon they should not have killed off. He is such a great character.
But they're also graying him out, too, where he's a gray Jedi now. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. he was still a Jedi. He was just on the fringes of the beliefs. It didn't make him a gray one. It just made him slightly, he was just on the fringes of the group. He was still part of a Jedi, though. He still believed in the Jedi Order. So whenever they say he's this gray Jedi, I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
He still had Obi-Wan.
Well, that, and he still followed the ways of the Jedi. He didn't always agree with everything they did, but he still followed it, So I'm like, when they take that away, see, that takes that hero part out again, and they dumb it out and gray it out and just make it fit their narrative again.
I hate that the third one didn't have him come back as a ghost. I was really looking forward to that, seeing him in the ghost form, and
yeah, that would have been cool.
They never did it.
They should have.
They hint at it with Yoda saying,
"Well, he yells and everything."
Yeah. Huh?
He yells, like you can hear him yelling too.
He says like Anakin.
Yeah. Crazy Matt says, no, I mean changing from Maul to Dooku. So why they went from Maul to Dooku and the bad guys?
Again, because Jar Jar was supposed to be the Sith. And he chickened out because Jar Jar got so much crap. And
that
so
don't
that's
make it great,
the
Kevin.
next Siths in the
that
second
don't make
and
it
third
great.
suck. Because that's not the... Huh?
That don't make it great.
Oh, okay. Jar Jar being a Sith is the best thing, better than anything we got. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Better
and Crazy Matt
would have been better.
He said Maul was so good they brought him back after being cut in half. He's exactly right. Everybody couldn't get enough of him, so they had to bring him back.
I mean, do you think they always planned on doing that because he was alive as he's falling?
No, I don't think they always planned on it. Nope. Once again, they were going to remove him and move on, and then they realized, oh shit, he's super popular. We should probably figure out a way to bring him back because he's too cool, and everybody loves him.
When he stands and he has the dual lightsaber, blew everyone's mind.
Well, it wasn't just the standing; it was the look in his eye. He was like a tiger behind a cage. He was like a tiger,
yeah, when he's walking back and
forth. When he's going like this in the cage, it's like, oh
scene.
My gosh, awesome! That was intense.
Obi-Wan's just chilling on his knees. Yeah, that's great, man.
It was fantastic, and it made up for a lot of the other crap in the movie in that moment. So, yeah, and he said they didn't plan that, and I don't think they didn't plan it either because they realized after the fact, after the popularity came, and then they were like, oh shit, we got to figure this out. So they did it. And now they're overusing him again.
But think about that. So think if they kept Darth Maul to the third one, you could have had Anakin kill Darth Maul and kill Qui-Gon in that movie, making him Vader, and he would have just killed two badass Sith and Jedi, and it would have made Obi-Wan hate him for doing. It would have been perfect. You imagine if he killed Qui-Gon for the Emperor instead of helping him fry Samuel Jackson?
I don't know, but we've... So, Kevin, once again, you let us go off the rails to Star Wars, but...
I did?
It's all your fault. I'm going to blame you. Anyway.
You know how many covers I still have to share? Like all the X-Men's, the Dark Phoenix with her.
Okay,
I won't even show them just because...
I don't want to show that many covers. I think it's good to just
X-Men
talk about
cover
ours.
Is iconic. Dark Phoenix grabbing the X-Men.
Hold on.
Cap,
Crazy
Black
man.
Widow,
Do not play into Murph's ego. Do not do that. Murph just wrote a better prequel trilogy. Don't do that to him. But the truth is, Kevin,
way better.
Okay, but listen, I don't want to go into the most iconic covers. I wanted to go into your favorite covers. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
A lot of those that I'm talking about, though, I do love those covers.
Okay, yeah, and I have a lot.
Grabbing the X-Men, love that. Oh.
Yeah, I like a lot of the ones you brought up too. So,
Cyclops and Jean being the last one standing for them trying to kill the Phoenix. That's an amazing cover.
Yeah,
them holding hands. Like
what we're hoping is everybody is that we get our wraparound cover and our team cover back. Hopefully at the end of this week. No, not fully colored. We were hoping to get them inked first.
Oh yeah, but then
And-
fully colored before our campaign.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if we're going to show them again until we get them colored, but and have them ready to launch. But at least you guys got a good preview of them tonight, so you can see what they look like. But we're definitely excited about that. Man, thanks everybody for giving us like 4 great episodes.
What are they?
Best games,
Music covers,
best music, or like album covers.
video games,
Saturday morning cartoons, and villains.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons.
So yeah, I already said best games. So yep,
best games.
our favorite games.
What was the 4th?
Villains.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
Favorite
yeah,
villains
cool.
though. So
Yeah,
yeah, we can hit all that stuff.
And then the 5th, Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord.
What we ought to do is bring on some guests and have them talk about it too, so we can have some chat about it. And,
villains, we should probably get Kemosabe.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a good one. Yeah, we could do a new Misunderstood, for that one. All right. I don't know. That'd be interesting. We'll have to see. And Jim Cox says, "How about best animated feature film?"
Ooh, okay.
That's actually a good
I like
one.
that. Because
that
Spider-Man was great. Even the old Disney, like the Lion King, still holds up. Like it's beautiful art. The Lion King movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the story. Sometimes I wonder about that though. You
didn't like the Lion King story?
Rip it off, like if they really did rip that story off of a anime or a manga.
Never heard of that.
Maybe it was a manga. Yeah, there was a manga out that was very close to that story, and then they did the Lion King.
Did they sue Disney?
I think they tried, but they're Disney.
And then you put all the Pixar in there.
Now, I like Pixar better than some of the other stuff. Yeah, Pixar's got some great stuff. But that Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse was pretty badass.
I have a new question of the week next for Amanda to be wrong about. I love this to get heat off of me that everyone starts attacking Amanda.
Oh man,
the Jar Jar thing did not go over well.
Poor Amanda. So they weren't successful because the similarity was it's about a lion cub. That's right. Yeah, I mean, for me, we'll have to go into that, man. There's a lot to pick. So
did you watch the live action? It's CGI Lion King. I thought it was terrible. They should have.
I mean, it just felt like the normal thing.
Same exact movie, just in CGI.
Yeah. I don't think it was terrible. I just thought, what's the point?
I was bored.
I did like the Jungle Book better, though. They did the Jungle Book better CGI.
Dude, I always loved the Jungle Book. Baloo is so freaking awesome. Yeah. What a great character.
Yeah, but
Jungle Book's great.
You know who did the animated or the CGI version of that Jungle Book?
Wasn't it the guy who did Iron Man?
Yeah.
Happy?
Yep.
I can't think of his name, but yeah.
Yep, he did it. He's done some great things, man. John Favreau.
Elf is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely one of my favorites of all time.
Disney should not let him go. Just let him do stuff. Give him a Star Wars. Give him something Star Wars. It would be great. Right?
They're doing Mandalorian, man. He did Mandalorian.
Oh, he directed that?
He did a lot of it. Yeah, he started.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he was involved in all of it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I thought it was. Those 2 guys were the only ones that were involved. I didn't think Favreau was involved in it.
No.
Okay. That's why it was so good. But they should let him do a movie.
Let me look at it. Yep, it's Jon Favreau, man. He directed all the Mandalorian.
Crazy Mad. I thought
And then
Aladdin was awesome. I really liked the Aladdin. I thought that was very well done.
Yeah. So
he
he's
is
also in charge of Boba too. Yeah, but
Wow.
he's only producing that. I don't think he's actually directing. Crazy Mad said earlier that Robert Rodriguez is directing Boba Fett, so which is cool. So if you know Robert Rodriguez,
okay,
you know who he is.
Good. So I've hope in it. I haven't. You watched the first episode? Was it slow, like everyone's been saying?
I don't know if I'd say slow. There were some things that I did like and things I didn't, but
oh my god,
that I thought was just okay. Jungle Book's the best Disney live action remake is like calling something the best Rob Arnold joke. That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's good. No, I thought Aladdin and Jungle Book were really good. I thought they were both. I like them. I'd watch them again.
I'll tell you where the Aladdin fell flat for me wasn't. It was in Jafar. Jafar wasn't right. He wasn't right. There was something off about that guy. The guy was a good actor. I don't think it was his acting. I think it was just the look of him and everything.
Now that you say it, I can't really. It almost feels
Jafar,
like the background of it.
Jafar's intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he can look at you with that face and those eyes, and he can just almost put a spell on you just by looking at you. You know what I mean? And to me, they didn't get Jafar right. So
yeah, I agree because I don't even remember him doing anything in it.
Yeah. I don't get the mad hatred for Boba either. I liked Boba, but I didn't love it. But I think it's just it's the way the opening is. They're going to get better, so I'm not worried about it.
If you put 2 seasons of The Mandalorian against it, it's going to look bad compared to that.
Right.
They're freaking great.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, they had to come out.
People had to come out swinging to Endgame. Well, yeah, anything looks crap near Endgame.
Yeah, but also the Mandalorian had to come out swinging because there was so much, at stake for it. For one thing, it was setting up a whole new look back into the Star Wars universe, and they did it. They accomplished what they were going for, which was awesome. They set that mood. It felt like a Star Wars thing again.
And Star Wars, I don't know how, but the music is always great. Yeah. Except for the new trilogy, I can't think of any music of those.
You know why? Because nobody gives a shit. So you shouldn't either. So just let them go. They don't exist. I
actually pretend that they don't exist.
Yeah, me too. I don't even. Well, I pretend that a lot of the Star Wars stuff don't exist because it's just off the hook for me.
I still like the prequels. I mean, they're not great, but I still think they're enjoyable. Yeah,
it's not. They're okay to me, but they're not great. They could have been done better. I think some of the acting in it is terrible, and Lucas never fixed it. I don't get that because somebody who's got unlimited budget for their movie like he did, and he can't fix the acting in it, that makes no sense to me.
Well, I don't think that actor's a good actor. He really has done nothing else.
But it's not just that. It's that you can pull that out of an actor. A good director will pull that out, and they'll work with the actor to get what they need. But he didn't do that. Even the kid had stuttering in the movie, and they let that go too. The kid Anakin.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and then the other, the Boba kid. Oh my gosh.
Boba kid?
Yeah, the kid that plays Boba Fett as a kid.
Oh.
That was terrible. Yeah. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Although Django was awesome. I love Django.
I still love that scene with his bombs where everything goes silent and then it's like a bomb that.
That sound is great. But you know what? That's the same guy. The guy that designed that sound is the same guy that designed the sound for the lightsaber. Dude. That guy is amazing. So, but yeah. Dojo, how you doing, man? Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We're just kind of chilling right now. We're not really talking about a whole lot. But we're
just trying to get the chat to get more ideas for future shows because they've been nailing it out of the park tonight.
They actually have.
Yeah.
So,
Great idea.
okay, so get ready because we're going to have favorite games, favorite console games like Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox. We're going to go to best music covers, which will be like album covers. And dude, I've
That's
got so
gonna be
many
tough.
for that. That is
Yeah,
going
I
to be
know,
tough
that's
for
gonna
me because I love so
Are we
many.
picking 3?
Whew, I don't know if I can pick 3. Saturday morning cartoons. That's going to be a good one. I love that one.
Yeah.
Villains. That'll
Did
be an
your
interesting
boys have
one.
Saturday morning cartoons?
Not really. They had some after school stuff and they had like
Nickelodeon would have.
well, they had cartoons, but it wasn't
nothing
after
like
school
Batman
or
or Gargoyles or
no
Turtles. Man, they were.
Yeah, it's a whole different world, man. Best animated feature film is a new one too, and so there you
At
go.
first I
There's
was
at least 5 separate episodes.
To me, too, when he initially said that, I was like, "Is there that much?" But then thinking of Pixar and Disney and like the new Spider-Man, the Miles Morales, that was a great animated.
I love that one,
You
mainly
think of
because
Shrek, like Shrek's amazing.
yeah, but when I think of the animated thing for Miles, I'm really liking. I think what drew me to it was the heart behind it. Like it was well thought out character wise. It wasn't just amazing visuals, which it was. It was groundbreaking visual, but it also had a great story written behind it. And so you could take the visuals away and it would still be good.
But yeah, you really know it when like the little things, like that whole thing where they're talking to Miles for him to get his powers, and every Spider-Man's waiting outside the window because they're hoping that he'll get it. It's like,
Mo's correct. I thought there was going to be a most annoying sidekick episode with Snarf Thumbnail. You could even bring on Phoenix as an expert.
That's a good one.
He loves Snarf, doesn't he, Phoenix?
But think about that, like Robin, all the Robins you can go into. Yeah, sidekick. That's another one, dude. That really is. That's a good one.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we never run out of things to talk about. Yeah, I did. So, okay. Guys, we thank you so much. We've gone an hour and a half, and I think it's about time we get out of here. But before we leave, we're going to share one more thing with you guys. We're going to share our updated sign-up page with you all so you can see what is going on with our book. Here it is. This is our new updated sign-up page. You can see we got the new banner with the homage cover on it, which is a lot more interesting than what we had. And basically, we had a lot of traffic being drawn to our page, but we're not getting a lot of signups. And so we're still trying to figure out what's going on. Is it the art? Is it the story? Is it our pitch? Is it because you're only getting a secret tier link when we launch, or is it because we were giving away a sketch card? We're trying to fix these things. So if you guys have input and you think that you see something on our page and you go, ugh, I'd fix that. Tell me about it and I will fix it.
Please, because Derek is really concerned. I don't think it's a bad thing, honestly. I think people just aren't into getting emails anymore, but Derek is concerned, but I think we're fine.
Well, I'm concerned, but I'm not like, I'm not blown away yet. I'm not like, oh my gosh, but I'm like, we need to be thinking about this. So yeah. Well, thank you, Crazy Mad. I think that's great. Thank you so much. And, some of the interior art looks a little different. I do want to say it's going to look different because some of the art was drawn early on and some of the art was drawn later. And I think I've leveled up since that time frame. So it's kind of interesting, but you can see the difference in some of the art from.
But I mean, covers are different than the inside art anyway. You know what I mean? Like the cover's usually an upgrade anyways. I mean, your art's good on every page. There's nothing.
Yeah. So you said I wouldn't panic, but I'd be concerned launching without 100 signups. Well, that's a good idea.
Thanks, Mo. That's good.
No.
You're even more worried.
Well, you only got 40 more signups to go, man. So we need to get some people in there. If you can spread the word, we'd appreciate it. And get some people in there to sign up. If you guys haven't signed up or confirmed your emails, please do so so we can get you guys, some updates. And then some of that traffic's probably repeat customers who can't sign up again. Yeah, that might be true too, man. People coming back to look again. So you're right.
That they forget if they signed up, especially if they sign up to a lot of books.
Yep. He said the pitch is fine, probably needs a bit of touch up. I think you just need to get out there more.
Yeah.
I think that's true. We definitely need to hit some streams even before launch, just where we're talking, being visible, showing it off a little bit. But now that we have more pages colored, we can actually show off some more artwork. We're not as limited now. And, I think we have some really cool things to show you guys still. And that'll help. I think it definitely will be. Definitely get out there more, Mo says. So, yeah, that's the game plan. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to scroll down this page so you guys can see a little bit. Here's one of the new panels we showed. So we got a bloody mare. Thanks, Crazy Man.
He colored that so well.
Yep, I love it. I think he did such a good job.
Yes. We're not good at shilling, so that's something we both need to practice on.
Yeah, we do. We do.
This is probably the best we've done on our own video.
So, and then we got two new pieces of art right here. So we're really hoping that you guys will like what we've put up. And I can't wait to show you guys the covers once they're done. It's going to be exciting. So it's going to be a good time. But thank you guys. So thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. Thank you for listening to our ramblings. And oh, you know what, Crazy Mad? We can take care of that right now. We can make you a mod right now.
How many mods do we have? 3? We have Mo.
Yeah, we have Amanda. Was Amanda one?
Was Felix? Is Felix on ours or no?
Yeah, Felix is. So I got you, Matt. Crazy Mad. You're now a moderator. Yeah, I need to get on Red Valkyries. I had something that I wanted to set up, and it never came about with her. So I need to get back on there and ask her if she's good with us doing it. And then I was on Semetis.
We're actually planning on making a kind of a plan, like a tour plan, probably this weekend. Get together and try to get some of that stuff all together.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, Mod Dojo.
Well, we were actually on Semetis' channel, and I think I got a little bit nervous on that one because it was one of my first times shilling the book for real with the sign up page. And I was just like, I think I bombed it a little bit. So I'm going to have to go back and fix it again because I've definitely done better since then. And, it's just one of those things where every now and then you get a little stage fright. But I think
I didn't see it. Like when you told me that, I didn't feel like you were. You're always a good.
Okay. Well, then
you're a very good straight man.
Yeah, but then after Pete was like, he goes, maybe you ought to get on and be a little more excited. He goes, if you're making this comic, be excited about it, And I was just like, shit. So I was too straight. You know what I mean?
Was that the thing where you said only 27 pages?
Yeah, and there was a few things that I did, and I was just like, crap, I need to fix that. So,
hey,
well, now we can say our book's 30 pages.
Hey, we might not have announced that.
No,
we might have just gave that as an update.
Well, yeah, I just did. Hit up Malin too when he does his creator stream. Yeah, we'll have to do that. So, every time I see that though, I always feel like I find out too late. So, I would have loved to have done that the last time he had it on. So, and then Mo says the advice I give for pitching your books is pretend you just saw the movie, you loved it, you're excited, and you're telling a friend what it's about. Yeah, that's kind of where I go, man. Like, I picture it all in my head, and then I go with what excites me about it. So, I'm starting to get that. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming on. We're going to be back from week to week now. Where we're going to be having some new content, obviously, because you guys gave us some great ideas. But next week, we're going to be back with Murph. Who are we going to be back with next week?
Another Murph.
Yeah, Professor Murph, to be exact.
Professor Murph.
Of War Party. He's going to come on, and we're going to talk about some more mythology. So we have some interesting topics we're going to talk about with him.
Especially with his book, I think he hits on something which I'm surprised not more people do with, where it's so much with animals. Like when you think of just our culture, like how many sports teams are still named with animals? Like we always.
Yeah.
So
and he's talking about skinwalkers, kind of, right? Like, isn't his book a lot about that? So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to have some fun with that. And he's an interesting guy, which would be really cool. So we look forward to seeing you guys then. Hail to the chat. See you guys later. Bye.
Peace.